Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Hey guys, this is your girl Sherry. It is August 15th, 2017. Your girl is 46 today. I am even more foxy and fabulous at 46 than I was yesterday at 45. And so I just wanted to stop just for a moment. I couldn't end the day without checking in with you guys, telling many of you thank you for the calls, for the texts. Those of you that hit me up on social media just to wish me a happy birthday, happy born day. And so I am grateful. Actually, this morning I got up to cupcakes for breakfast. My boys, we had cupcakes, and my husband, and they decorated the kitchen. And then at 10, I went and got a little makeover. Hello. I had a photo shoot at 11. Then my husband took me to Vast Restaurant on the 49th floor of one of the buildings here in Oklahoma City. And we had lunch looking out across the entire city, and it was a beautiful day. Had a moment to come home and rest before it was time to pick up the boys because today was their first day of school. So really, that's like the birthday present. Anyway, so we picked them up from school, and then they took me out to dinner. And so I've just had a wonderful time today, but I wanted to stop and just to share some words with you. I'm laughing because I'm outside and I have this wonderful, one of my balloons, and over here I let the balloon go, and so it's slowly deflating. So if you hear, that's because, yeah, it's deflating. It's going to be done by the time I'm finished. Anyway, but I just wanted to stop and say not only happy birthday to me. I love doing this on my birthday to give a message, a word of encouragement to you as you go through your journey, as you go through your year, as you go through whatever season that you are in. Saturday, I had the opportunity, one, to sit down and not do anything, probably because it was raining all day on Saturday. And so I took the time. I knew there were some things I wanted to do in my closet. I wanted to move. Sometimes you go to the dry cleaners and you get the metal hangers. Well, I didn't want my clothes on metal hangers. I said I wanted to change to either the cloth, the fabric, or the plastic, so I don't get all the markings and things in my clothes. I also knew that it was time to let go of some items of clothing. And so I knew that going into it. I said, oh, yeah, it's going to be a great day. I can't go outside anyway. It's rainy. I don't feel like going to the mall. I don't feel like walking the dog. Sorry, Arby. I didn't feel like walking him. I just wanted to be home. So I got all of the clothes out of my closet and put them on the bed. Why? I took them all at one because I knew if I'd only taken out a couple of pieces, if I had gotten tired, I could have easily stopped. But the fact was, with all of the clothes out of the closet and on the bed, means I had to be committed to reorganizing and then putting them back in place. So here's what's funny. Before I actually started with the clothes, I have shoe boxes on top. I have shoes underneath. I have shoes in a thing underneath my bed. And I started looking, and when there are things that you've had for a long time and you really have not even used them or worn them, but they're just there. You keep saying, oh, I'm going to get back into that, or oh, wait till I get that outfit, I'm going to wear this. And there were two pair of shoes. Now it's different. It's different when you give things away. You may go to a local shelter or to Goodwill, and you're blessing somebody else. But it's something also different when you have an emotional tie to something, right? It was an outfit that you wore, it was a pair of shoes that, I danced in these shoes, or I love the way these shoes make me feel. And so even though you may not have worn them for the last 5 years, they're still bad. They're still in that closet. And I got to a couple of pair of shoes that I really didn't want to let go of. And so I called a friend and I said, hey, I took a couple of pictures. I said, I see your toes in these shoes. And maybe it was just a sense of, okay, I know she's going to take care of them and treat them like I treated them. But what I realized is I had been holding on to them for far too long. They were really taking up space. And once I began to move out the shoes that I was going to donate, take the shoes that I knew I was going to put specific people, all of a sudden I could see clearly in my closet. The same thing happened with clothes. I went through, there were some things that fit well physically, but they did not fit where I was emotionally. They did not suit me. They were out of style, or at least out of my style. I was no longer in that phase. And so I had to package or bag those things up as well. And I'm like, okay, Lord, really? But here's what's cool. So as I'm going through, because I pulled everything out, as I'm going through dresses, I realized, guys, I had almost an entire summer wardrobe that I have not worn this summer. So why? Last year, they were tight, right? So the summer before, cute summer dresses. Last year, I had to get some new ones because they didn't fit. But not realizing that the time that I've been spending walking and running with Arby and outside and outdoors and taking care of my body and trying to eat well, eat right, I didn't realize that I was actually losing some of the weight. So I was afraid to go back and look at those dresses at the beginning of the summer when in actuality they still fit and actually fit very well. They fit better than they did last summer. I'm talking about the summer before, right? And so my body has gone through a phase. I've gone through changes. And so rather than throwing things out, here I am. We began teaching next week at the university. I now have an entirely new wardrobe to go into this fall semester. And I said, look at God. Then there were some things in the closet. Like I said, the style just wasn't me. But I refused to let go of them. I haven't worn them in so long. It's like, Sherry, like, why, really? Like, why are you keeping up space? And so as I began to pull those things out, God began to speak to me. And I was like, okay, well, I'll wait till my birthday and leave a message for the people. That there are some things, there are some situations, there are some issues, there are some people that you have just outgrown. You've been keeping them in the back of the closet. You've been keeping them around because they make you feel, as people say, some kind of way, right? They make you feel a certain way about yourself. You remember the time when the relationship was like this, yet it's really cluttering and taking up space. So you really can't even get to those relationships and to those conversations that are healthy for you, that mean to do you well, because you're stuck in the unnecessary. And so it took me all day. I promise you, it took me all day. I actually had to take a couple of trips to the store because I had run out of hangers. I thought I had enough for the job at hand, and it really wasn't. And so several times throughout the day, I just had to run really quickly to Family Dollar, get some hangers. Even one of my last trips, I realized some of the things that I was hanging in my closet, I really didn't need to hang them in the closet. They actually needed to be in a box or a bin that could slip comfortably under my bed, right? And so another lesson in that, everything that I took out, I did not put back, right? Some things I gave away, but then there were some things that I also had that I didn't throw out, I didn't put back, but I had to put in a different place, right? I had to put it in a different container and put it underneath my bed. And so there are also some relationships, some friendships, some situations. No, you can't completely run away from them, like your family. I mean, your family's your family, right? Your job, the people that you work with, you really can't necessarily put them away or avoid all contact, but you can stop for a moment and not allow them to take up unnecessary space in your life. You can pause, put them to the side until you actually need to deal with them, and then you pull them back out when you're in a place of healing, when you're a place of wholeness, and you say, you know what, I can tackle that issue now. So not everything is a throwaway, get rid of. Some things are, let's table it. Let's put it to the side. Let me build myself up. Let me make space here for the things that I really need to take care of right now. And then when it's ready to go back and get those things, there they are, still folded, still in the same condition that I left them. But now I'm at a different emotional and psychological state where I can handle that. And so all of that on Saturday, cleaning out the closet, cleaning out the clutter, just made me really be reflective about what I want to do in year 46 of my life. And so, yes, there are people There are jobs, there are opportunities, there are situations. There's some things that you have to completely just close the door, throw them out on the curb, give them the goodwill, say this is someone else's burden, and be done with it. So some things you just have to get rid of. When you get rid of those things, you will then quickly realize that some of those things that you put to the side that you weren't too sure about, some of those gifts, some of those talents, some of those, that book, that journal, your singing, your gift, all of that, that you had crammed into one space, that when you begin to make room for it, the gifts, what does the scripture say? Your gifts will make room for you. So it's not like the gift ever left you. The gifts were there. They were just hidden. And that's what God was saying to me. Girl, there's some stuff that I have in you. There's some stuff I have for you. I want to do some things to you and through you, but you've been hiding me over on this side of the closet. And God said, get rid of that other mess. And guess what? Make room for that thing that I've given you, those things, those opportunities. It's not a cursing from God. It's not a cursing from the enemy, but actually it's a blessing from God. It just had to be put to the side. So no, it didn't fit right. Some of you are walking in things and you say, I know I heard God say to do this, but I'm not ready yet. My thing is go back again and check it. You let it sit on the side. It's been on that side of the closet for a while. Go back and check it and see if it fits. See if it fits a little better than it did last summer, right? Because now you're a different person. You've been walking. You've been exercising. You've been reading God's word. You've been studying. You've been reading books and equipping yourself. So maybe now you are ready to handle that part of the wardrobe, those things over there that you kept hidden. And then also remember those things that you have to not throw away, but they don't deserve hanging space. They need to be folded up nicely, put underneath the bed until a later time, until they're actually needed. And that's the same thing God is saying about some of my relationships, about some of my things that I've been doing, about some of the work that I've been doing or that you've been doing. Don't throw it away. Just fold it up, sit it over there to the side, walk past it, pray over it. If you need to pull it out, pull it out. If you don't, let it stay where it is. Relationship, gifts, talents, people, whatever that is. You know what it is. And so, anyway, so on this 46th birthday, again, I just wanted to stop and say how grateful I am to God just for allowing me to be here. It's another day that the Lord has kept me, and I'm so grateful. But again, I wanted to share with you the blessings of God, and I wanted to share not only what God can do in my life, but what He wants to do in your life, what He wants to do to you, for you, and through you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let some things go. Don't be afraid to move some things over, because now it's time. But then also don't be afraid to tuck some things away until you actually need them again. So happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you as we walk through this journey, this 46-year journey. As I'm walking through it, I'm going to be praying for you that you walk in victory, that you walk knowing that everything that you need is already in the closet. It's already there. It's been there all along. It's been there all along. God was just waiting for you to get to the proper place where He can now take those things, put them on you, and use you so you can walk in your victory. You can walk in your anointing. You can walk in joy. You can walk in wholeness, right? Can I get an amen? Somebody. So anyway, with my shoulders out in the street, yes, my mama would be so proud of me. Yes, look, mama, I'm showing my shoulders. Happy birthday to me, but happy birthday to you as you begin to walk in your purpose, walk in your passion, walk with purpose, right? Because I got some place to go. So God bless you. I wish I could just sleep in this. I wish I looked like this all the time, but that's okay. It is not so. So I will go clean my face and enjoy the rest of my evening, my birthday evening with my family. So let's stay in touch. Hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Instagram, on Snapchat. I haven't quite figured that one out just yet. But hit me up. Let's talk a while. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. And let's do this thing together. God bless. Toodle-woodles.